Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Dog of the Week. Even though this is the first Dog of the Week video. Yeah, I do dogs every week, but this is the first video just specifically about my Dog of the Weekend. My guest host, Nikki Betts, our co-host, Nikki Betts, Dog of the Week. So we will both give our Dogs of the Week for UFC 322. Maddalena versus Makhachev. It's not Makhachev, Maddalena. Maddalena is the one defending his belt. So yeah, this is obviously the first video of possibly many. So you're going to get all the little rough kinks in it. No editing to this video. We're just going to be running it straight off the top of the head. So it's going to be rough, but that's the beauty of it. It's not AI. It's real. It's organic. So you're going to have your lumps and you're going to have your C's and whatnot in it. So appreciate the reality of it, the realness, the authenticity of it. But yeah, UFC 322. Maddalena versus Della Maddalena versus Makhachev, giving our dogs of the week. Well, our dog of the week. So Nikki Betts gonna give his dog. I'm gonna give my dog. So yeah, UFC 322. My dog for the card is Tracy Cortez. She's the biggest. I think she's the biggest decent dog of the card at plus 205. Like so I go with some other dogs, and I have as far as betting and as far as predictions. But as far as this video, I'm only gonna pick one dog, and that one dog I'm gonna pick is Tracy Cortez. So she has already beat her opponent Blanchfield before. It was a close fight, split decision, very close fight. She beat her before. They're fighting again. And you can feel a lot has changed, but I feel like they really have not changed a whole lot as fighters, to be honest. I feel like they're better versions of themselves. It is not like Blanchfield is so much better and Cortez is just stagnant. I feel like they both have gotten better. And I feel like the same strengths and weaknesses they had in the first fight are the same strengths and weaknesses they have in this fight. And if anything, Blanchfield might be a little bit more cocky this time because, she's coming in as a big favorite. And she thinks this will happen, she'll be better. Or she beat Rose Namajunas and Cortez lost to Namajunas, that MMA math thing. But both of them were getting picked apart in the fight. In both fights, Namajunas slowed down in the championship rounds for whatever reason. Like that's been a recent trend of hers. And fight could have even went for Namajunas in the Blanchfield fight. Yes, Cortez got picked apart worse, but it was a similar scenario where the fight slowed down. Well, Namajunas slowed down, and that allowed both fighters to kind of rally a bit in the fight. But it was not enough rounds for Cortez to rally. But she did, come on a little bit stronger later round. Is Namajunas slowed down? In Blanchfield, she came on stronger, but she came on strong enough that she was able to get the slight nod and win the decision over Namajunas. But yeah, but back to the main bread and butter. Plus 205 for Cortez is the underdog, my favorite underdog of the card. And yeah, plus 205. And yeah, I feel like the strengths and weaknesses are very similar from their first fight. I still think that Cortez will be stronger of the two. She's the better wrestler of the two. That still has not changed. She has the better striking of the two. She has more power. Blanchfield has the better jiu-jitsu. And so she's the bigger submission threat. And she has more value. But in the same thing, this is a 3-round fight. It's not a 5-round fight. I think a 5-round fight, I probably would lean Blanchfield. But a 3-round fight, I think it could be a similar scenario where Blanchfield don't have those extra 2 rounds to rally. So Blanchfield is not really, against other elite fighters, she's not really that chick that's just going to run you over too much against other elite fighters too much, to be honest. Like, she's that person that will come and rally and slow cook you. Like, she's going to just keep coming and be aggressive and wear you down, and then she'll start to have success. But yeah, against elite competition, that's what she seems to be as a fighter. She's not that fighter, again, that's going to run you down. She's not that beast. And I think Cortez can address the wrestling and keep it on the feet, and she can mix in the takedown, win the takedown battle, and she can land the heavier strikes in over 3 rounds in 15 minutes. I think her athleticism, her style, I think bodes better for Cortez to, win those earlier rounds, with her power, with her strength, with her size, with her wrestling. And it's not that 4th and 5th round there no more, or, that will benefit Blanchfield. So at plus 205 and already having a win over Blanchfield, I'd like Cortez a lot at plus 205. I think this should be a pick 'em at worst, but the fact that it's 2-1 underdog or more than 2-1 underdog is just ridiculous, especially with, again, Cortez, still having the same angles and edges she had over her and whatnot. I can see Cortez was washed or whatever, and like, oh, she washed, she got knocked her last 2 fights, she got submitted, like she's clearly declining, but that's not the case. I think Cortez got a lot left in her tank, and I think both fighters are still getting better, and I still think Cortez has the same edges. And with 3 rounds instead of 5, I think she, that would serve her better to win this fight and yet another close decision. So Cortez plus 205 is my underdog of the week for UFC 322, Maddalena versus Makhachev. And what's your underdog for the week, Nikki Betts?
I'm gonna have to go with my boy Michael Morales. He uh he slept Gilbert Burns within 3 minutes. He slept Neil Magny. He's got Peloton's hands, but a lightweight's body. Like he moves quick. He's in and out. And I know he's facing probably his toughest fight outside of maybe the top 3 or 4, because I think Sean Brady proved after the way he handled Leon Edwards, like that he belongs, like he is meant to be here. So I hesitate to bet against him, and I understand why people would be like, yeah, the only shot that Michael Morales has is to knock him out, and that's the truth. But the problem is, Michael Morales could probably knock him out. Uh, I remember when Bilal Muhammad just beating him up on the feet, and he was still on his feet, and they stopped the fight. So like I could see if if Sean Brady doesn't come out like a missile like he needs to, then he's going to deal with swift kick, swiftness of Michael Morales. Michael Morales is scary, bro. Like the dude's very powerful, very quick, seems to be very smart, and he's fighting top guys, like knocking Gilbert Burns out in 3 minutes. Like that's impressive. I don't care how many people have won and lost to Gilbert Burns in the last 5 to 10 years, but like it took Jack Della Maddalena 3 rounds to beat him. So if he knocked him out in one, you know the likelihood of him winning is a lot better than I think what he's at. What is he at? Like plus 140 or something. I say
Yeah,
grab it. I say grab it.
like
Yeah,
plus 114,
plus,
so 115.
yeah. So plus 114, and then you throw in like a Kyle Dawkins round one knockout, or and a fucking freaking you know one or two others. You're like I only like to bet like one or two, because the more you bet, the harder it is to win. But like, if I were to bet, I would bet that, and then I think Kyle Dawkins round one KO is like plus 475, and like that's when Gerald Mearshart is slow, and like the first round, he's kind of like feeling the person out, and then he starts to try to either take over or you know get something done to him. So I would like that, and then Boxingor Sirkayev, I would get him by TKO, and that's like minus 260 or something. And you put all three of those together, and it's like, magic. But I go Michael Morales for the dog, but I think there's so many good bets on this card that you can make, like so many combinations of ways you can put fights together and kind of come up with a plan, because like the fights this weekend are crazy, but some of them are like the Bison versus Zakayev. He trains with Hamza. Like the dude's an animal. He's gonna
Yeah,
knock
he
the
is.
guy out. Like yeah, like he people know. Like my opinion is people know that like uh people. Sorry, what were we saying? You caught me off guard.
Yeah, because we're back on Michael Morales, like as far as the your dog of the week. But yeah, I'm gonna get my take on your dog of the week. I think Michael
Yeah,
Morales is also a very good dog, and yeah, like for what you said as well. But another thing about Sean Brady, like Sean Brady's good, he rightfully deserves to be a
right.
favorite, and I think the odds are more spot on with this one than the Cortez one. But still, as far as Morales, he is a big physical body. He does have power. Brady has been TKO by one of the finishing its fighters in UFC history in Bilal. I think Bilal has like 30 fights and like one or two finishes, and one of them is Sean Brady. So that does make you question how durable is Sean Brady. Like, can he take a punch? And we know Morales packs
Right.
a punch. And then Morales, another thing, like people just act like, oh, it's a striker versus a grappler. But Morales' first sport or his first martial art was judo. His mom is
Wrestling,
not wrestling,
judo.
judo. His mom is a judoka. She still competes to this day at like 58 or something, however old she is, and she's like a
That's
black belt or
crazy.
whatever. So he's been training judo since he was like 5 years old. Before he could, as soon as he could walk, he was doing judo. So the fact that he had that judo background,
I mean, the
the fact,
man's
the fact
terrifying.
we haven't seen him tested in these areas so much,
Right.
and the fact that Sean Brady's expecting to do it so much, and Sean Brady's like, yes, you're
I,
expecting to do this, but Sean Brady has not really been such a great finisher. Like anything, Sean Brady has been a decisionator. Like he has a couple fights where he might confuse you. Oh, he's a finisher, but more than anything, Sean Brady's a decisionator. We also saw him when we debuted. He was a big prospect, and we saw him give up the last round to Court McGee. So we have seen moments where Sean Brady has kind of dropped the ball. Like he hasn't lost. Well, he has lost, but outside of he hasn't lost too much. He lost like one fight, and that's to Bilal. But we have seen him in moments where he's dominant or fights that should be favorable for him. We've seen him in moments where he makes these slip ups, and all it takes is one big mistake, and I feel like Morales can catch him and then put him out. And also on top of that, again, we don't know how good Morales' judo is going to be in this fight, and how much he's prepared for Sean Brady, and how much Sean Brady's underestimated. Because it's a mixed martial arts fight. I mean, Morales is not just a striker. Sean Brady is not just a BJJ guy. But one thing, I think Morales is the better fighter. Like as far as like if a fight, it just gets scrappy and they're taking shots, I feel like Morales will be better for that fire than Sean Brady. I feel like for Sean Brady, he got to just take the fire, take it out the firefight and make it a grappling match. Like he can mix it up, but he can't play on the feet too much. But I feel like at some point, I feel he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna give too much space, and I feel like he's not gonna be able to take the power of Morales. It's not even able to take the power of Bilal. Like I just don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Well. Yeah.
But let's wrap it up. Like we're at the end of the video. Like you gave your dog, gave my dog, gave our reasonings, and to hop back on for some other stuff. But that's been our dogs of the week. Nikki Best's dog was Mike Morales. I think about around like plus 115. Yeah, Mike Morales plus 115 was his underdog, good underdog on his side. My underdog was Trace Cortez plus 205, another good underdog. So we gave two good underdogs for this video, the first potentially many videos. Let us know how you liked this video in the comment section below. And I know Nikki Best will be checking the comments, so you're gonna have me and him checking the comments and respond to you. So it's pretty much a live chat. Like so when this video is uploaded, it's gonna be a live chat. As you guys are sending down live chat. So you got any comments, whatever on your mind, good or positive, let us know in the comment section below. We'll respond. But that has been Dog of the Week for UFC 322, Della Maddalena versus Makhachev. Once again, with me, King of Crackdown, and Nikki Betts. Now sending it off. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.